Right. So think about the devil and his game for this world system right now. He's the accuser of the brethren, right? So if the devil's the accuser of the brethren, he's going to set up the same system everywhere based on what he is. It doesn't matter if it's the NSA, CIA, the law, the corporations, somebody in your own house. The same spirit, the same demonic spirit is in all of them. So your day-to-day activity, the churches, the legalistic churches, and all of them are legalistic if they're not faith alone. The accuser of the brethren. So the devil's always looking for something. So he's using systems that he set up to be what he is against you. Jesus told him in his time, you are of your father the devil. Think about a narcissist. A narcissist is trying to make you think that you're them and that you're evil and that they're good when they're the one provoking it. And just like the witches do the same thing. The witches tell themselves that they're doing everything in love, so they connive behind the scenes. So let's say they see some dude that they don't think's walking in love or whatever. They're judging. And so they get the coven together. We're going to break him. We're going to turn him into a better man, you know. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I'm not sure. Maybe they're thinking the opposite, total evil, but they think they can do it. We're going to break this man. We're going to turn him into a softie, or we're going to take away his masculinity or demasculate him because he's too much. Because we want the maternal. We don't want the paternal. We want the patronage. We want the matronage. Matriarchy instead of patriarchy. Doesn't matter who it is. If they're not saved, they become an agent. An agent of what? To find something. Think about it. They're always looking for something. The devil's always trying to push your buttons to find something in you to accuse you of, you know. This is why walking in the Spirit is so dangerous to the system, because it's not under rule-based living. It's not under works or levels or ranks or grades or ratings. And notice the agents that they send, they'll try to point their finger at you, but they're just as guilty. They try to set themselves up higher than you and tell you how to live, and they don't even live that way. The devil's system, the phones, not only is the devil's system set up to tempt you and test you, but when it wins, then it accuses you. They're always watching you. They're always testing you or tempting you. Now, on the one hand, the devil's tempting you, God is testing you. And God, what the devil meant for evil, God meant for good. So, everything the devil does is to mess with you and try to destroy you. But everything that God does, He wants to restore you and prosper you and make you a better person. So what the devil meant for evil, God meant for good. So the devil and his minions, they only think according to the natural, the AI flesh mind. So the flesh mind is always comparing themselves with one another. I'm better than you, and such, or they're better than me. They think, oh, they're better than me, or I'm better than them. And so your body's a ship, and the devil has to push your body ship. It's like you got a cup of water on a counter, and you knock it to see what comes out. Let's say you put a bunch of marbles. You put a small marble, larger marbles, and you bump it a certain way to see what comes out. So they'll bump you, your body ship, with words or actions or mess with you or harass you, whatever. They bump you to see what comes out. It took me a long time to see this. I don't know why it took me so long. But the devil's always bumping to see what, tipping the cup to see what comes out of the cup. Because if they can find out what's in you, when Jesus said, the devil's coming to tempt me, but he has nothing in me. So there's stuff in you that the devil wants to bump to see what's in you, because if there's still some flesh mind in you, that's what he's going to attack. And so they're using the computer, your phone, the phone calls, the corporations, the news, the media. This is why the NSA is watching you. That's why they got rid of Snowden, because Snowden revealed that everything you're doing, they're watching. And so they're testing, tempting, trying, bumping you, tipping the cup so they see what comes out. If you got anger issues, or if you got greed issues or whatever, the devil's going to give you that flesh. He's going to match it. He's going to give you that flesh desire, which is going to destroy you, right? If you'll take the bait, if you'll bite. And so, if you put all the puzzle pieces together, if you were the devil, what would you do? You would set up a whole system to destroy souls. And how do you destroy souls? You find their weakness. You find their Achilles heel. And if you find their Achilles heel, that's what you attack. Whether you have fear, doubt, worry, whatever it is. I saw somebody yesterday who was afraid of bugs, and it was like she was so afraid of bugs. I mean, she's like 5 foot tall, 5'5" or whatever, and she's afraid of little piddly little bug. She's got a human brain, but she's letting a bug destroy her whole peace of mind. So the devil's going to keep attacking her, right? The devil's going to keep attacking her until she fixes that. Whatever it is, whatever you're dealing with, the devil's going to find it by tipping the cup, see what comes out, and then he's going to attack it. He's going to try to pull either, if he can't draw you in, he's going to irritate you, harass you, try to distract you from your calling, your goal. And these agents that have sold their soul, most of them are witches or warlocks. Most of them are narcissists. Most of them are legalists. Most of them are Jezebels. And that Jezebel spirit never can look in the mirror and doesn't even know what's controlling them. They're actually running on a program. This is why the duper's delight, they get a kick out of. The sociopath gets a kick out of messing with you because they get duper's delight, because they've sold their soul to the devil so much. They become an agent, and that's their enjoyment. They like to find something to irritate you. If they find your weakness, they enjoy that. If you've ever been married to one like that, you can say, hey, I got to sleep. You say, honey, I got to sleep. I'm tired. So you go to sleep. And you say, don't slam those doors, because every time you slam those doors, it wakes me up. I've been working 14 hours. I'm tired. As soon as you get in a good sleep, an hour later, she's slamming doors. What is that? It's a demon spirit. It's a demon program. It's a demonic program. They can't help it. They're running on a program. They're not in control of themselves. The devil can take them captive at will. And he'll take them captive and they don't even remember. They might remember what they did, but they might not remember what they did. And then you call them out on it. What are you talking about? I didn't slam any doors. Maybe they believe that. It's probably gaslighting, but if they're so caught up in gaslighting that much, it's really a sad day. But if they didn't remember doing it because the devil took them over, it makes sense, right? They don't even remember doing it because they got demon possessed. They were out of their minds. The devil made me do it. That's a saying, right? Well, it's a true saying if you think about it. The devil does make people do it. It's not a maybe. It's absolute. The devil made me do it. Look at that. I got somebody I was going to pull in that space. And they just keep. That's crazy. I was going to pull in space. Somebody pulled in front of me. I parked. And then they take off. Crazy. The devil made me do it. There's some truth in that. Don't excuse it. Don't excuse it, but it's an AI program. It's a culture program or a bloodline program or your own program. Or just the machine program, the flesh program, which is the AI flesh program, but doesn't excuse it. It should wake people up that they need to be saved. You know?